Alright, today we're going to be checking out and doing a pretty in-depth review on this tire inflator. This thing is great for many types of tires, from a big range of cars to motorcycles to bicycles, even sports balls and other accessories. So we will get into that and do a test at the end, but just wanted to show you what this looks like and what it comes with. So with the device itself, and then you have the charging cord that's USB-A to USB-C. You have the user manual, and then a couple different nozzles or attachments. This one, as you can see, is more for balls. This one can be used for some pool accessories, and this is a French adapter, depending on what part of the world you're in, what your bike uses. This is the main hose that will connect to it. And then of course you have a carrying case, which is nice because I keep this in our primary vehicle, and it's nice to have everything in one bag. So with that said, let's change the camera angle, show you some of the modes on this, and then we'll get into that test. All right, starting with the basics. To power it on, you simply hold down the power button, which is there in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, wait for it to say on, and you're good. So this number up here is what's currently being measured. So if I were to plug this into a flat tire, it would show a very low number, and then this is what it's currently preset to, and you can toggle between different PSIs depending on where you want to be. And if you need to go quicker, then you simply hold down on the plus or minus button, and you can see that going quickly upward or downward depending on which way you want it to go. This is where you see what measuring unit it's using. I'm on PSI, that's where I keep it, but you can toggle between different ones depending on what your use case is. It's really easy to tell how much battery you have. You can see it's green here, and then when it gets yellow after that, red, and then flashing, indicating how much battery is left. And then you can also see up here, you see the car. You can toggle between what you're going to be using this with. So there's motorcycle, bicycle, ball, and then this is the manual mode where you can set it to whatever you like. And you can see here the preset is at 100. I just recently changed it to 97, but this can go up to 150 PSI. And another cool feature is there's a light on the top in case you're working at night, you have an emergency, you need to pull this out of your car and do some work. So if you hold down on the U button there, then you see we get a light, and then if you hold down again, it will go into SOS mode, flashing light, and then holding it down again will completely turn it off. Now let's go ahead and connect the main hose. So this is the end right here that goes into the device itself, and that'll just screw in nicely here. And then I showed you the different nozzles at the beginning. Here you have your French adapter, which would just screw in right there. This one can be used for balls or anything else that fits this size. Easy to just screw on there. And then this one we highlighted earlier, more popular, can be used for some of the pool accessories and also can easily just be screwed in here. So they make it very easy. I still recommend going over the user manual, but they make this very simple to use. Another cool feature as well I don't see mentioned as much is this can act as its own power bank. So it comes with this cord that's USB-A to C to charge, but if you want and you need to charge an external device, you can plug this in and plug the USB-C into another device and charge it. All right, I'm excited to show you how this works on an actual tire, so let's go and do that now. All right, you can see here I've got a bike hanging here. The rear is a little bit flat, so I need to fix that. We'll do that now. But the expected PSI for this specific tire is between 50 and 80 PSI. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and plug this in so we can see currently what it's at. But remember, we need to be on the right mode. So you can click this button down here to set it to bicycle. So now we're gonna go ahead and screw that on. All right, I hope you saw that. As soon as I plugged it in, it recognized up to 9 PSI. So we are gonna set this, I don't want it too high. I want it on the lower range. So let's do about 50, go to 60 PSI. And then to start it, you just soft click or single click the power button here. As you can see it measuring upward, which is a good sign. I can already tell it's a lot more firm. All right, you can see it hit that preset measurement and stopped on its own, which is nice in case you need to leave it alone. You don't have to watch it the whole time. But how cool was that? That was pretty quick. That was 50 PSI in just a minute or so. All right, I'm glad we were able to go over that example together. I'm pretty excited about this, and I've only used it a handful of times, but it's not really about how often you use it. It's about having something this sleek, this simple, this compact, readily available and accessible for when you need it, especially if it's an emergency. So for that reason, I really do recommend this product. I'm excited for it. Hopefully this review helps you, and good luck with your search.